everyone, and welcome to another video from Colour with Claire. So a few days ago I finished this piece here, which is the July illustration from Kim White's Creative Happy Life Club, and it's a VIP club that you sign up to. It's a subscription service, and every single month you get a brand new exclusive illustration not available anywhere else, plus loads of other goodies. It's a really good club to join, obviously if you love artwork that looks kind of like this sort of cartoonish animated style. Here's another one that I did. I believe this was May's illustration or June's, and I just absolutely love Kim's style. She's one of my favourite illustrators, and you can really just have good fun with her artwork and really play with it, and just use as much colour or as little as you like. They really are beautiful illustrations that lend themselves very well to a large colour palette. So yes, leaving links in the description if you want to join the club, because it really is wonderful. So this was the latest one that she's brought out, and as you can see I finished it, and I got a lot of messages and comments from people asking about this background here. Now Kim's original illustration that she did, she actually digitally coloured it as well, and I tried to emulate her colours exactly and her style exactly, which you'll see when I just put Kim's finished piece here. So she coloured this digitally, and then I coloured this with Prismacolor pencils. So I tried to make it as close to the original as possible. Of course you don't have to do that, you can use whatever colours you like, but I really liked the palette that Kim chose, so I decided to do it that way. So yeah, I got loads of messages and comments asking about this background here. So it kind of looks like a very kind of glowy star background. So it's different to your typical galaxy background whereby you just do your colour and then you put loads of white dots all over it, which I've done as well, because obviously white dot queen here, you know, I have to put them on absolutely everything. But it's the kind of the glowing sort of look around the stars that I think people were interested in. So that's the point of this video today, is teaching you how to do this very simple glowing star background. So I've got a little piece of paper here, and I'm just going to draw a very crude shape here. So just imagine that this is your page, your illustration. Obviously you can use this technique on any illustration from any book. And just imagine that this is your, you know, centerpiece of the illustration. So maybe this is like a portrait or what have you, whatever it is that you want to colour this background on. That's the main point of your illustration. And then I'm going to show you how to do the background. So first of all, you're going to need a few different Prismacolors, or, you know, alternatives if you don't use these pencils. First up, we've got black. Then we've got the Indanthrone Blue, which is PC 208. We've got Denim Blue, PC 1101. Cerulean Blue, PC 109, I think. Yeah. Cloud Blue, PC 1023, and Parrot Green, PC 1006. And this is like the secret weapon that really makes it glow. And I don't know why it works, but it does. You'll see right at the end. So what we do first is we take our black and we border the illustration. So obviously you're going to be doing this a lot neater than I'm doing it, just for demo purposes. So we're bordering the illustration, and I'm going to try and do it as neatly as possible, you know, so that it actually looks like what it's meant to look like, but you really will probably take your time on this. So we're bordering, and we're also going to border the main focus, whatever it is that you're colouring around. So there we go. So very rough and very crude, but hopefully you get the idea. Making sure, as always, that you are using light pressure to keep the inner edge nice and soft, because you're going to need to blend your next colour in. I think you know the drill by now if you've watched my videos, but always worth mentioning. So also doing that on the inner edge as well. Better to use softer pencils as you can possibly get, because it's always harder to blend with hardcore pencils. You know, you really have to take your time. It can be done, but you just have to layer, which if you're impatient like me, then you just want to make it look as bold and burnished as possible as quickly as you can, you'll want to use soft pencils. So once you've got a nice soft kind of fuzzy border going on all the way around, this is the point where you go straight over to the other end of the colour palette and grab that cloud blue. This is going to be your lightest colour, and we need to decide where we want our glowing stars. So just put them anywhere you like. So we're just going to have little circles wherever you want your glowing stars to be. Put one down here and here. We'll have another up here. Yeah, that looks all right, doesn't it? I don't know, maybe we'll have another one here just to make it look a little bit less symmetrical. So that's you deciding where your stars are going to be, and that doing that at this stage means that you're not going to put your darker colours too far into the way, you know, of where you want your stars to be. So next colour is the Indanthrone Blue, and we're going to just go in where we've gone with the black, straight over the black. So you're kind of starting from the midpoint of the black because we want to keep that blend nice and smooth, and then just using it also to sort of flatten out the black and burnish it a little bit. There we go. Try not to go too close to your stars, because obviously we need room for our other colours. But this is just to blend out the black a little bit and get us going into our lighter blues. So should look something like this when you've done it. Probably much neater. There we go. So it's nice and blended. You've got your little fuzzy kind of edge to go into with your next colour. Now, because we're getting sort of closer in, we're going to go back to that cloud blue and just make sure that we've got a little halo around those circles that we made. So just really lightly make a little halo around them. Now we're going to jump to our next lightest colour after that, which is the Cerulean Blue, and we're going to surround our halos. So it's kind of like blue fried eggs at the moment. So we're not surrounding the original circle that we made, we're surrounding those halos that we just made. There we go. So now that we've done that, just thicken them up slightly. And then we can go in with the only colour that we've not used, the only blue that we've not used, the Denim Blue. And that's going to be our transition from the dark Indanthrone Blue to that Cerulean. So you can just fill in any gaps and it will just bridge that gap of colour so that you can get a nice smooth finish. Okay, so once you've added that colour, Don't worry that it looks a little bit sort of blocky and linear. We're going to smooth it out as we go along. You can go back in with your cerulean blue and just start to blend that a little bit more. So again, just haloing. And we're just pushing the cerulean blue into the denim blue that we've put down so that it blends. Then if you want to grab your Indanthrone blue and just fill in any points where you think the black is looking too harsh. So again, we're using this as a kind of blendy colour to get that transition a bit smoother, a bit more seamless. I'm going to pull some in here. You'll find that if you are using Prismacolor pencils, they kind of pull each other around the pigments until they blend. So it's really, really easy. This is kind of cool. It looks a bit like a mountaintop. To say that I was just trying to very rudimentarily draw something that would be whatever illustration you're using. So once you've kind of softened out that black a little bit and it doesn't look so harsh, it should look a bit like this. Again, I'm doing this quite quickly. I should probably slow it down a bit and really get it nice and gradiated like I did on the original picture that I showed you, but hey ho. So that's the Indanthrone blue. Then you can come back in with your denim and just build it up. So if you think your Indanthrone blue is now looking a little bit harsh, you can use your denim blue just to, well, not to do that, but that was a mistake, just to blend it out a little bit. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. So now we move on to our actual glowy stars. So we're coming back in with the cloud blue and we're just going to make that halo again. We're going to press really hard and make that halo again. And this is what gives it that glowy effect because it merges with all the blue that we've put down, mainly this cerulean blue because that was the blue closest to the cloud blue. But also the other blues as well that are surrounding it. It merges it in and it gives that glowing effect. As you can see, it just looks perfectly glowing. Try and keep it as round as you can. But yeah, you'll just have to use a little bit of hard pressure because that's, you know, that's what makes it all merge together. If you do it lightly, it's not going to work as well. I'm just trying to clean off the tip of my pencil because it's picked up some darker pigment. But don't worry because there is a final step we're going to take to keep this all nice and bright in the middle because it does need to be very, very white in the centre to give that look of contrast. So I made a little boo-boo over here. I'll just clean up a little bit, that's fine. Oh, no it isn't. That's how hard I was pressing. Okay. When I say press hard, do press hard, but just be careful. See, these tutorials aren't scripted or planned very well. I just sort of get the idea into my head to sit down and film it, so I don't do a lot of cuts away and take out all of the things that go wrong, so just bear with. So getting there. Again, like I said, just try and keep it quite circular as much as possible. Don't worry if there are any kind of bits that you're not pleased with at the moment concerning the centre of these glowing stars, because like I said, I'm going to come in later and put something in there. Let's just get the glow in first of all. Okay, so we've added our little glowing areas. Now, before I do go in and do the final touch that I mentioned, I'm going to add another colour, and that is parrot green. Now, I don't know why this happens. I don't really know what it does to it, but as soon as you add this parrot green, I feel it seems to just brighten the whole thing and really enhance the glow, and I don't really know why, but that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go over all of the blue that we've put down with a parrot green. Now, it doesn't matter that you've burnished this, because we don't need it to be a solid parrot green colour like that. We just want to add another shade on top, so it's not going to be, you know, fully saturated parrot green. It's just going to merge with the blues and just add a different layer to it. And I don't, like I said, I don't know what it does. Just to go around your halos as well, but it really seems to just enhance the glow, like I said. So going over all your blue areas. Just keep cleaning it off every now and then so it doesn't blacken up. So once you've gone over all of your blue area, don't leave any out. It may not be apparent to you on camera. I don't know how well this camera is actually picking up the variations in colour and the nuances of this, but it really does make a difference to add this parrot green. You'll see when you do it yourself, you know, you'll see when you look at it with your eye rather than over a camera, the difference that it makes. So I'm pretty sure I've covered all the blue there. Then your final sort of pièce de résistance to this, I guess, is adding white back into the centre of your stars. So I've got a white Posca pen here, but you can use a white gel pen, you could use white acrylic, anything that you've got at your disposal. And we're just going to put white dot in the centre of every star. So if there are bits that you've sort of pigment that you've dragged into the centre of these by accident, this opaque white will really disguise it. And it also brightens the centre as maximum as you can, if that makes sense. So it just looks even more glowy. So once you've done that, you can then add a few other stars in, like I did on the original illustration. You can do some bigger ones and smaller ones and just vary it a little bit. So maybe just use a thinner tipped gel pen. Let's see if I've got any ink left in this. Again, preparation leaves a lot to be desired on my videos. Let me see, sometimes it works on my skin. Okay, maybe not. Have I got another one? Let's see. Yes, this got a bit of ink in it. Right, great. So we can put some little stars in as well, in theory. Yeah, I think I need some new gel pens, guys. Don't think I've got another. Oh well. So anyway, you just put a few little little tiny stars in, just to give the variation that the sky isn't all the same with the same size and shape of stars. And very crudely and very quickly, please do take your time on yours, that is the glowing star background. So I'm just going to put it as a side by side. You can see that's exactly how I did it, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you use this, I would love to see it, so please do send me a picture on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you want to find me. And as I say, if you want to join the Creative Happy Life Club, there will be a link in the description for you to do so. And there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Please click the thumbs up, and I will see you next time on Colour with Claire.